Girl, Earth is so ghetto.
Tell me why I drove past on my way to Pluto and I was like, you know what, let me stop through there and abduct a few motherfuckers. But I couldn't because wasn't nobody on the streets. And I was like, this is weird. You know the motherfuckers love to be on the streets and outside driving their cars and buses and littering in their oceans, destroying their damn planet.
So I got a little closer and I saw face masks and bitches coughing. They got some shit going around called COVID-19.
Planet's still overheating, ice caps still melting, forest fires, tornadoes, hurricanes every 2 days. Earth stank. I drove away so quick.
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of HonesTEA with your boy John. Let's get right into these topics, you guys. One of the things that I want to talk about is Black is King. Beyonce snap. You cannot say Beyonce is not for our people. Other side was my favorite visual. Jara Ara, that's another favorite visual of mine, and it's also another good song. I didn't know what it meant until I actually looked it up. Only reason why I liked it is because, I don't know, it's something about the beat, and then Beyonce, you know, like popping in the limo or whatever she was in, like it was everything. For people who don't know, Jara Ara means to release yourself, be smart, and set yourself apart from everybody who says that they wish you well, but knowing that they don't really mean. Move Forever was another good visual. I'm not here for the white racist people saying that Beyonce is racist for having a white butler, knowing damn well you're actually racist, and all of these years you always had a black butler. But it's okay for y'all to do that. But Beyonce can't have a white butler for a music video. Brown Skin Girls was everything as well. I love Blue Ivy. I love that she looks just like Beyonce, because it goes to show all of you haters who thought that Beyonce faked the pregnancy. No, that's definitely her daughter. I love this album even more. It makes me appreciate the skin that I'm in. It makes me proud to be black, even though I never had a problem with being black and I've always been proud to be black. But it just enhanced it even more. I love it so much, and I love that she dedicated it to her son, just to let him know that you are a king. And now I'm gonna have that mentality that I am actually a king, because I am a king. Because of Beyonce, it just made me realize it more. So shout out to you, Beyonce. I love you, Beyonce. I thank you for this album. Thank you for this visual album. This visual album makes me appreciate the album even more, because like I said on last week's episode, it's not my go-to album, but bitch, it definitely is now. Another good album that came out last week was Brandy's B7 album. This album was definitely worth the wait. 8 years worth of waiting, might I add. I spoke with my brothers about this, as I always want to get an opinion before I actually voice my own opinion and everything like that. So I asked them, I'm just like, okay, what does this album remind y'all of, and why? My brother said it reminded him of Full Moon album, which is by Brandy, and I was just like, okay, yeah, I kind of got that too. My other brother said it reminds him of a journal entry that Brandy just been writing, like diary entries, and this was something that human was expected to be like, and that's what the album was given. And I was just like, damn, bro, like you really hit that right on the nail. Like, yes, it gives me Full Moon, but it really gives me human. To appreciate this album, you really have to be a die-hard Brandy fan. Because if you're not, then this album is not going to do anything for you. Other than that, let's go on to the next topic, you guys. Speaking of Brandy, I want to talk about the backlash that she's getting from Moesha. UPN is coming to Netflix. You got Moesha, 101, Sister, Girlfriends, The Parkers, and we getting half and half. So if you grew up watching UPN Channel 50, if you didn't have cable, then this was definitely everything for us. So Moesha was the first one to arrive to Netflix. Everybody is letting the writers and Moesha, technically Brandy, have it for having this sitcom. It's only been 2 days since Moesha came to Netflix, and now everybody is livid. The writers of Moesha were fat shaming Countess Vaughn, aka Kim. If you guys watch Moesha, you know her best friend is Kim and Niecy. Kim is the big girl who got her spinoff to do The Parkers. This entire time, people are saying that they were making fat jokes to Kim. They were being very, very insensitive, and they were fat shaming all this shit like that. And it's definitely not true. You guys are doing way too much. A fat joke is a fat joke. Fat shaming is fat shaming. Look at Kim, she looks so good. Ain't nothing fat about her. She was thick, she wasn't the smallest out of the rest of the cast, but that does not mean she was the big girl. It's like she got thick and she got curves and stuff like that, but that does not make her fat. Little do you know, those are the type of girls that guys go for. Danielle Pinnock, if you guys are familiar with her, she is on the TV series Young Sheldon. She basically said that the cast of Moesha was fat shaming Kim on every episode, and she was like, I guess the 90s, but damn, like every episode I gotta do a fat joke and all this shit like that. Just like, girl, like you're doing too much. If you guys know who Danielle is, she's a big girl. Like she's a really, really big girl. So I guess I can see where you're coming from, but at the same time, it is a TV show. You are a big girl, and so you possibly can relate, but it doesn't apply to you because this is not reality. People take what they see on TV and apply it to themselves. Certain TV shows are relatable. Certain situations are relatable. I think about the Proud Family all the time. The Proud Family is very stereotypical, but it's funny. If y'all think Moesha was a trip, if y'all think Moesha was fat shaming and all this shit like that y'all claiming it to be, wait till y'all see all these other shows where they were actually fucking stereotypical and didn't give a fuck about it. Stop being so goddamn sensitive, because it's not that serious. So Nicki Minaj needed Tae to do her hair for a promo shoot. Unfortunately, Tae was not available and she called somebody else to replace him. She called Jonathan. Well, not me, even though I do really good hair. So if you guys are familiar with Tae, he's not only Ari's gay best friend, he does a lot of celebrities' hair. If you guys are familiar with Jonathan, that's Meg Thee Stallion's hairstylist. And as you see, he's okay with his hair compared to Tae. I don't like to compare two black men together, especially when it comes down to their craft. Tae is a little bit more skilled than Jonathan. If you look at Nicki's hair and you look at Meg Thee Stallion's hair, or if you just compare wigs, Tae got it. Tae got mad because Nicki Minaj called Jonathan to do her hair for this promo shoot. I had to go to a dentist appointment, I had to get my wisdom teeth pulled, I had to do this and I had to do that, and that's fine. At the end of the day, if you have a job to do, you should do that job. So Nicki Minaj, she went on live and she was just basically saying like, I called Tae multiple times and this is not the first time he ever canceled on me to do my hair. Tae is spoiled. I spoiled him and that's my fault. I could totally see Tae being spoiled because at the end of the day, Nicki Minaj is your biggest client, Tae. You doing Ari hair for free, you doing her bitch stuff for free, so you're not getting nothing from it other than an Instagram post. Nicki Minaj is one of your biggest clients and probably pay you the highest to get her hair done by you. This was 2 days before she had to actually do the promo shoot. You had 2 days to actually get it done. The day that she was doing this promo shoot was the day that you was actually going to get your wisdom teeth pulled, which was 2 days prior. So at the end of the day, you could have shipped the hair, you could have did everything you had to do, and then she could have found somebody else to actually install the wig, but you didn't want nobody else to do her hair. You didn't want to do her hair. If you didn't want to do her hair, then you just say that. You're doing all this stuff on social media, it don't make you look good at all. It makes it look like you're bad with business. At the end of the day, like just because this bitch took you to Fashion Week and all this stuff like that does not mean that y'all are friends. This is a business. And I had to learn that when it came down to Meg Thee Stallion linking up with Cardi B. It's a business. So I can't get mad at that and I can't get jealous, but we're going to go to that later on. But back to you, Tae. You are doing too much. And 9 times out of 10, if you have to get your wisdom teeth pulled, that's fine. But 9 times out of 10, I bet you Ari picked you up in her Lambo from the hospital, and I bet you I went to go turn up and you put a wig on her, high and off from the motherfucking endorphins. So don't do too much. You really need to humble yourself. Yes, you do Nicki Minaj's hair, and that opened up plenty of doors for you to do other celebrities' hair. You are still a stylist. You're not a celebrity. Ari is a celebrity. Barely a celebrity. She's more of a club promoter than a celebrity. She got her bag. You continue to have to get a bag. You up Ari's ass for free every day doing her hair. You ain't getting nothing but free publicity. I think that you lost Nicki as a client now. You just ran your mouth for no reason. Jonathan is humble when he does his. Now, I'm not going to sit there and act like he didn't take a wig off of a female when he was in the car because she didn't pay him, but that's something totally different. I don't like Jonathan because he's just another black stylist who does celebrities' hair and somebody that's actually hot and relevant right now. And now you lost Nicki as a client. And if she does keep you, it's because you're good at what you do. But I bet you this will be the last time that you ever cancel on Nicki ever again. I can guarantee you that. So now I want to talk about Meg, the fake ass stallion. Before I get into this topic, I want to give a special shout out to Simone who actually supports my show. And I'm also going to start promoting you as well because you promote me. And so with that being said, make sure you guys check out her eyewear line. The link is provided below and it's also provided in the description below. Basically, Cardi B is back and she's debuting her single today called WAP, featuring Meg Thee Stallion. If you guys know Meg Thee Stallion, you know their relationship with Nicki Minaj. It was supposed to be everything. It was like a sisterhood. Meg Thee Stallion would invite Nicki Minaj on her live and Nicki Minaj would go live with her. And even then, Meg Thee Stallion took a dig at Cardi B talking about some, let a bitch say something. I'm gonna go write some shit. And Nicki Minaj was like, girl, you doing too much. Like, this ain't about that. Like, pay it. Meg Thee Stallion threw all types of jabs at Cardi B because of Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj didn't even ask for it. And now here you are on a song with her. Meg Thee Stallion was just growing her fan base, and majority of the fan base was Nicki Minaj fans, which were the Barbs. We supported Meg Thee Stallion, not because she had a song with Nicki Minaj, but for the simple fact of the matter is that she actually writes her own music. And we can identify with that with our fave. And at the end of the day, like, we liked you, we loved Hot Girl Summer, we loved everything about you because you liked Nicki and you love Nicki. You praise the hell out of Nicki. And now here you are deleting pictures from the Hot Girl Summer video, you deleting lives, and you doing all this stuff like that just because you got a song with Cardi B. And I think that's super, super fake. Next to Beyonce, Nicki Minaj was your biggest feature. You got 2 big features under your belt. And now you're finna go over to Cardi, and it just don't make sense for me. And as a Barb, I'm very offended. As a Barb, I'm very, very hurt. But at the same time, I can't be like that. I can't sit there and bash you for making a business move when in all actuality, it's probably one of the smartest things that you could ever do for your career other than dropping 1501 and signing with Roc Nation. And like I said, I'm shouting out Simone because when I saw the announcement, I was over it. I was going in on Cardi B. Like I was letting that bitch have it. I was even letting Meg Thee Stallion have it. And she was like, bro, like, calm the fuck down. Like, it's really not necessary. You sound really, really bitter. Because I said I wasn't going to support it. I said I wasn't going to listen to it. I will find myself listening to it just because I do like Meg Thee Stallion. And once upon a time, I did like Cardi B. But it's not fair to my viewers who actually fuck with Cardi B. It's not fair to my viewers who actually fuck with Meg Thee Stallion. I just know where my loyalty lies. At the end of the day, I still have a job to do. So shout out to you, Simone, for fucking humbling me. Because, girl, like, I damn near almost, like, lost it. Like, I damn near almost lost it. So shout out to you. Thank you very, very, very much. You guys are going to listen to WAP. It is out right now. Make sure you guys stream it. I'm going to listen to it as well. And then next week, you're going to hear a review about it. And it better be motherfucking good. That's all I got to say, bitch. Because if you're going to sit there and do a song with Cardi B, bitch, it better be motherfucking good. And everything that you get paid from it, bitch, you better give it to Cardi B because that bitch is not getting paid for any of her music. Let's not forget. I'm finally happy to announce that I could talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Robin is still pressuring Juan to marry her. But we also found out through Instagram that he actually did propose to her. So good for you, Robin. My honest opinion, I really don't think that he wants to marry her. I think he's only doing that just because this is what she wants. And also, it's a really good storyline for Robin, other than, you know, renovating the same house for 3 seasons in a row. But it is what it is. So if you're happy, Robin, I'm happy for you. I honestly think that Juan doesn't appreciate you as much as you appreciate and love him. And we do have someone new to the Potomac family, which is Wendy, and she is everything so far. She's a very beautiful black woman from Nigeria, and I can't wait to get to know more about her. To be honest, I think her and Monique will make the best of friends, even though that is Candace's friend. But at the same time, it's just that Monique is probably one of the realest people on this show next to Karen. So I think that will be everything for her. Candace is going to be the bone carrier of this season. Every Housewife franchise, we have a bone carrier. Originally, the bone carrier for the Housewives of Atlanta was Sheree. And I do wish she would come back on next season, but whatever. She ain't got nothing going on. Not even She by Sheree. May She by Sheree rest in peace. But everything about Candace is bone carrying this season. I really do hate that Monique had to beat her ass. I do hate that they got into a fight. I hate that Candace had to be that messy and get into it with the wrong bitch. Because at the end of the day, you really got into it with the wrong bitch. Now, had you would have got into a fight with Ashley, I could see you winning that fight. But winning the fight with Monique, I just don't see it. I think Monique is the realest person on the Housewives. She's also my favorite. Other than that, I cannot wait to see what the Real Housewives of Potomac has in store. I love Karen as well. I can't wait to see what happens with Karen and her marriage. I don't care about Giselle. Giselle is not my favorite housewife because I think she's the most phoniest one. I think she's the one who carries the most mess other than Candace, and then she tries to give it off as if she's not being messy, but she's just trying to fix the problem. At the end of the day, I think that she's trying to use her ex-husband as a storyline just because she ain't got nothing else going on other than renovating that ugly-ass house. I don't like Ashley. I used to love Ashley. I used to live for Ashley because she was everything to me, but now she just really gets on my nerve. But at the same time, I love Dean. Dean is such a beautiful boy. He looked just like his father gay ass. And it's everything to me. I love her in motherhood. I hope that she does have another baby. That baby look old as hell. And I'm not trying to talk about the baby or whatever, but when you have a baby with an older man, 9 times out of 10, you get an older gene because the baby look older than Ashley. But other than that, she looks good being a mother. Motherhood is everything on her. and it fits her so well. I wish nothing but the best for Ashley. Not my favorite housewife because she do too much, but hopefully she can get in my good graces this season. But nevertheless, let's go on to the next topic, you guys. So the next topic that I want to talk about is the shot. Keisha has finally escaped. Thanks to Ronnie bum ass, of course. This episode was really, really good. Ronnie really has nobody else in his corner. His best friends, they went to Springfield, and now Ronnie is in Chicago all by himself. On last week's episode, his grandmother passed. And so now his best friends are moving to Springfield, and now he's completely alone. And I feel bad for Ronnie, but this can only make or break Ronnie. But you know what he did? He went back to that neighborhood where he thought Keisha was at, and he found her. He broke into that house. He got Keisha right up out of there. I don't know if Keisha killed her kidnapper, but she was definitely going in on him with that crowbar. Emmett cheated on his baby mama, which was gonna happen eventually because at the end of the day, he cannot seem to keep his dick in his pants. Also don't like the fact that Emmett is always trying to do a hustle. Like, this nigga found a brand new hustle and he found somebody else's hustle to hustle off of, and I'm not here for it. Bitch, go get your GED. There wasn't much of Big Papa in this episode other than him and his father giving Moesha parents some money just so she can go back to school. I love Big Papa. Big Papa is probably another favorite character of mine. It's probably one of my second favorites because Candy is my first. But I love Big Papa. He is such an essential person to this show. Do not kill Big Papa off. Do you understand me? Lena, I know you hear me, girl. I know you're watching. Do not kill Big Papa off this show, because I would be devastated. I would probably stop watching the shot. If y'all kill Big Papa off. And I knew that Big Papa was going to be a very important role on this show from season 1. And then even in season 1, I was just like, oh, like, please don't kill Big Papa. And even now on season 3, do not kill Big Papa. I love Big Papa. Big Papa is everything to this show. He keeps his friends balanced. He keeps the world balanced. It is literally men like that, or teenagers that are becoming into men like that in Chicago, that needs to be talked about. So please, do not kill Big Papa off the show. And I mean it, girl. Other than that, the shot was really, really good. I can't wait to see what happens next week. Last topic that I want to talk about is the Umbrella Academy. It was definitely everything. If you guys are familiar with the Umbrella Academy, you know this was definitely worth the wait. If you guys aren't familiar with the Umbrella Academy, it's about these kids that were born on the same day, at the same time, in the same year, and they were born all across the world, like 46 of them, I believe. And basically, this rich man bought 7 of them. And kind of found out these kids all have superpowers. A recap of last season, one of the kids, which is number 5, has the ability to time travel and to jump into different space-time continuums. Jumped too fast when he was a kid, and he missed out a lot of years of growing up. So when he was growing up through time. He came back in 2019 to warn his brothers and sisters that it was going to be an apocalypse and he had to stop it, and they were all a part of it, so we had to find some way to actually stop this apocalypse. Fast forward to the end, they end up having the apocalypse and he jumped his sisters and brothers to another time zone, which so happened to be into the 60s. Now, the 60s was so significant to our kind, to our race, to black people. This was during the time of JFK. If you guys are familiar with JFK, he was the president and he got assassinated. And this season, it was all about stopping the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Every character is stupid for fucking up the timeline in the world. This is why the season finale ended the way that it ended, because y'all keep fucking shit up in time. The season finale ended up with a lot of unanswered questions. In the end, another apocalypse was happening, and it happened in the 60s. And of course, they stopped it. They were able to go back home to 2019, and they ended up having a whole new Umbrella Academy. My favorite scene was when Allison finally told her husband about her powers. Now, mind you, she's in 2019, so she ended up getting jumped back to 1960-something, and she ended up getting married. And this was during the time where everybody was protesting for segregation and equal rights and all stuff like that. And her husband was part of these movements. There was a scene where he was getting beat on very, very badly by the police, and they were doing it to the point where they were going to kill him. And she used her powers to stop them and make them walk away. And he was just like, what'd you do that for or whatever? And he was like, I don't know you, and you probably working with the man and stuff like that. Like, he was just basically doing the most. And then she finally told him, like, hey, I'm from the future. I got this power. I do this and I do that. And he was like, oh yeah, prove it. And then they went out and they went to this boutique, and it was just like, we don't serve color folk. And she was like, I heard a rumor that you was gonna make my man try on whatever he wanted to try on. Man bagged him a couple of suits. She ended up bagging her a couple of the dresses. Like, that scene was everything. The best part about it was when she went to the diner where they had to sit in, and the manager was like, you know I don't serve your folk, get the fuck out. And then she was like, I heard a rumor that you were gonna pour me some coffee. He kept pouring, she was like, more, and he just kept burning himself, and I was just like, damn, like, that shit was so cold. It was my favorite scene, because I'm so tired of white people being racist. I could just only imagine how it was growing up in the 60s or the 50s or any time that we are living in other than now. I also have to say that in this season, we saw something about the father that we didn't expect, because last season we knew that the father had died. But this season, when he was in the 60s, he did something and he took off his face. And he started attacking these board members. And I don't know what that was about. And it makes me think like, okay, is this guy alien or something? Or like what the fuck is going on? Because he killed them all. Now it makes me think differently about the season finale because the father was alive. And we all know the last season he died. So it was just like, okay, did he actually die last season? Or did he just make himself disappear? So many unanswered questions. I don't want to give it away because I don't believe in ruining finales or spoilers or anything like that. So if I've given too much, then I apologize in advance. But at the same time, it's just that it was a lot of unanswered questions. I encourage you to not keep fucking up the timeline. Do not keep going back and rewriting history because you're fucking yourselves up. Because had y'all not would have did what y'all possibly did back in the 60s, it wouldn't be another Umbrella Academy. Like, share, comment, and subscribe below, you guys. This is the 25th episode of HonesTEA, so shout out to all of you guys who supported me along the way. I'm going to give you guys 5 more episodes, and then I'm going to be just like Nicki Minaj, take a hiatus, because I want to continue to grow and improve the show. Like, share, comment, and subscribe below, you guys. I'll be back next week with another episode.